Hello friends, welcome to my Minecraft world in Alpha. So I'm going to give you a quick tour. So first up on the left hand side is my flower garden. Kind of built this just to be kind of cute, and it gets nice at dark. Then I also have a pool right here, and then walking around, of course, I have like a big yard. And the mob spawns are great because oftentimes, yeah, you see like they'll spawn in here, and there's tons of friendly mobs that can spawn. I have a tree farm up here, and this is just a quick way to get woods and stuff. And I have a reed farm as well as a wheat farm. On the right hand side, as you can see, I definitely need to harvest this stuff, but reeds grow relatively fast, wheat not so much. And then of course walking into my house, which is a little bit too big. On my right, I've kind of got like my tool shed and stuff like that. I've got, you know, meats and whatever else. I've got this cool fireplace I made with cobble all the way up, so it's pretty cool. By the way, don't ever try to put fire there. It'll burn down my wood house, of course. Almost had that happen. This is where spawn is, and then over here is kind of my chest of like, you know, all kinds of iron and coal and redstone and stuff like that. That's the first floor, kind of the working area. My second floor is my storeroom and my library, and so this has like, you know, tons of chests of, well, that doesn't have anything in it, and that doesn't either, but, you know, I'm putting like all the cobble and then like dirt stuff in here, basically, things I need to move out. But also got a little library, didn't do anything with it, but I don't know, looks comfy. This is a dance floor, so I tried to make like an obsidian and a and wool dance floor and have a music box in the center. Do I have something in there? Maybe I don't, but I've got a few records because I found them in dungeons. I've got pretty cool paintings as well. And let's go up to the last floor, this shrine. So I built this kind of like weird shrine, and at the top you can see the diamond block. I don't know, I was just trying to be creative of something like, hey, in my world I'm like summoning something, or like a ziggurat of power or something like that. And then I also have one of every single item in the game, so other than the golden apple. And I don't know if exactly the golden apple can even spawn, because I've found tons of dungeons and I have yet to find the golden apple. So this is kind of the tour of my house, and now I'll show you kind of what I've been working on outside of it. This version of Alpha has redstone, but doesn't have like the power rails, so you kind of do have to figure out where you're going. I'll just switch this on and hopefully this works. You gotta still use the little minecart boosters, and I switched it to the left, so it should take us to this nearest mine, which is to the left here. And yeah, and then we can go back and look at the bigger, longer one, which I'll have to speed us through. But this is the first mine that I found. It was kind of cool. Built the house on spawn there and found this one little island. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to make a mine. And so just to show you how it looks, you know, I can go all the way down there, and I've just dug straight down and then dig out in the forward coordinates of, you know, north, south, east, west, and just start looking for diamonds and dungeons and whatever. So we'll go back. I can speed up through this part. But this view is really nice. I don't know, I always like coming back and just looking at the big house in the distance and being like, oh man, this is nice coming back home, right? So, but yeah, to get to this outer mine region, I'll have to definitely speed up through this. All right, up on the left is this mine shaft I started kind of as a halfway point between where I was going. And the reason why this mine that we're coming up to is so far out here is I had to find mud, or well, clay, which I'll explain here when we get up to the mine shaft. So we're coming up to my mine shaft that's the furthest away. And the reason I found this is pretty interesting is that I found an open surface area, and this is a dungeon, and it was right on the coast and beach and like right at the surface, and it was covered in snow blocks, or well, sand blocks that had fallen onto the chests. And of course I cleared that all out, but it was very unique that I found a dungeon that spawned pretty much on the surface. And I found it because, like I said, I was looking for clay, and clay is relatively easy to find. in most, but this is a winter world, so gradually I have to like walk around and look through all the, go through the snow, and I was walking around all on the coast everywhere looking for it. So yeah, and by the way, the winter world stuff is pretty cool. I guess nowadays they're biomes, but this had a 25% chance of spawning the winter world, and so I just seeded it until I got one, and really enjoyed my time on this world. It's a shame I couldn't find the golden apple, but maybe it'll spawn better in the next version, which I'll be playing. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.